everyone. Welcome back. I'm Kamakshi.
And I am Aditya.
In part 1, Vidya madam taught us the physical uses of the preposition on.
Where we learned about surfaces, transport, devices, and more.
Today we are moving to something deeper. We will learn the abstract uses of on.
Now, what does abstract mean?
Don't worry, children. We will explain it in a simple way. Abstract means something you cannot touch physically. It is related to time, ideas, conditions, and more. Listen carefully. This is the part where many students get confused. Please save this playlist so you don't miss any upcoming videos on prepositions. The first 2 parts are already available. So, let's begin. Now let us learn the first abstract use of on. We use on for specific days and specific dates. Let us understand this with examples. The first example is, the meeting is on Monday. The meeting is on Monday. Next, my birthday is on the 5th of June. My birthday is on the 5th of June. Another one is, we met on Sunday evening. We met on Sunday evening. Now look at this one. The exam is on the 10th of January. The exam is on the 10th of January. And finally, the function is on 15th August. The function is on 15th August.
In all these examples, we use on because we are talking about a specific day or a specific date.
Very good, Kamakshi. Now listen carefully. We say in June, in 2026, in the morning, but we say on Monday, on the 5th of June, on Monday morning. We use in for longer time periods like months and years. But we use on when we talk about a specific day or date on the calendar.
Okay, I understand now. Let me give one more example. The interview is on Friday morning. The interview is on Friday morning.
Excellent. So remember, if it is a specific day or date, we use on. Now let us learn the second abstract use of on. We use on for special days and celebrations. Now let us look at some examples of special occasions. The first one is on my birthday. We can say, I cut a cake on my birthday. Next, on Diwali, we can say, we decorate our homes on Diwali. Another is, on Independence Day, we can say, we hoist the national flag on Independence Day. And finally, on New Year's Day, we can say, people make new resolutions on New Year's Day.
In all these examples, we use on because we are talking about specific special days.
Excellent. Now notice something important. We say at night, but we say on Diwali night because at night means any night, but Diwali night is one special night connected to a specific day. So we use on. Remember this rule. A specific day or occasion takes on. Now this is very important. Sometimes on does not show a surface. It shows a state or condition. Now let's see a few examples. The train is on time. The train is on time. Similarly, the doctor is on duty. The doctor is on duty. She is on vacation in Goa. She is on vacation in Goa. He is on holiday. He is on holiday. If we talk about devices, we say the TV is on. The TV is on. In an emergency situation, we say the building is on fire. The building is on fire. And when something is available at a reduced price, we say the products are on sale. The products are on sale.
Here, on is not showing a surface. It describes a situation or condition.
Excellent, Aditya. Now listen carefully. If the TV is on, it means it is working. If someone is on duty, it means they are working at that time. Do not try to translate these directly from your native language. These are fixed expressions in English. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Now we move to another common abstract use of on. Sometimes on means about. It shows the topic of something. Let's understand this better through examples. We can say, a book on science. A book on science. Similarly, a lecture on health. A lecture on health. We also say a discussion on education. A discussion on education. You may hear advice on money. Advice on money. There can be a report on pollution. A report on pollution. And even a video on grammar. A video on grammar.
Okay, I understand now. Let me give one more example. We had a debate on climate change. We had a debate on climate change.
Excellent. Here, on tells us the topic, climate change. So when you are talking about something or discussing a subject, you can use on. Now let's look at the next use. Now listen carefully. This use is very common in spoken English. We use on to show dependence or reliance. Now watch these examples carefully. We can say, it depends on you. It depends on you. In the same way, success depends on hard work. Success depends on hard work. Similarly, the result depends on your effort. The result depends on your effort. We also say, the decision is based on facts. The decision is based on facts. And sometimes, a movie is based on a true story. A movie is based on a true story.
Here, on shows that one thing relies on another.
Excellent explanation, Kamakshi. Students sometimes forget the preposition and say depends you. That is incorrect. Always remember, we say depends on. Okay, let's continue with the next use. Now let us look at another abstract but very common use of on. We use on to talk about a temporary activity or situation happening now. Let's understand this better through examples. The first one is, she is on the phone. She is on the phone. Similarly, he is on a call. He is on a call. One more, she is on a diet. She is on a diet. Workers are on strike. Workers are on strike. Another one, she is on business. She is on business. Next is, he is on a journey. He is on a journey. Similarly, they are on a trip. They are on a trip. Finally, he is on a tour. He is on a tour.
These sentences show a temporary activity or situation that is happening at the present time.
Very good observation, Aditya. Now listen carefully. Here, we are not talking about a surface. We are talking about a temporary activity or situation. For example, if someone is on a trip, it means they are currently traveling. Very important. Students often confuse this with in. Do not say they are in a trip. The correct one is they are on a trip. Now let's move to the next abstract use. Now we move to a slightly advanced use of on. Sometimes on means as soon as or immediately after an action happens. Can you observe these examples? The first one is, on arrival, call me. On arrival, call me. Similarly, on hearing the news, she cried. On hearing the news, she cried. One more. On reaching home from the tour, he slept. On reaching home from the tour, he slept. Next is, on completion, submit the form. On completion, submit the form. And finally, on receiving the message, he replied. On receiving the message, he replied.
I understand. The second action happens immediately after the first action.
Excellent, Kamakshi. Now listen carefully. On arrival means immediately after arrival.
Oh, I see. On reaching home means as soon as he reached home.
Very good, Aditya. This structure is shorter and more formal than saying, when he reached home, he slept. So we mostly use this form in formal English and writing. Okay, let's move on to the next abstract use. Now let us look at another abstract use of on. We use on to show financial support or the source someone depends on for living. Now, let's see a few examples. He lives on his salary. He lives on his salary. Next, the family survives on farming. The family survives on farming. Another one is, she is on a scholarship. She is on a scholarship. Now look at this one. They live on a pension. They live on a pension. And finally, he survives on bread and water. He survives on bread and water.
Here, on tells us what supports or sustains someone's life.
Excellent explanation. This use is common in exams because students are often asked to choose the correct preposition. And many learners confuse it with other words. So remember carefully, we say live on or survive on. Now listen carefully. We use on when talking about taxes, charges, or restrictions applied to something. Let us look at some examples. The first one is tax on goods. Tax on goods. Similarly, interest on loans, interest on loans. A fine on late payment, a fine on late payment. Another one is a ban on plastic, a ban on plastic. Next, a limit on speed, a limit on speed. A restriction on entry, a restriction on entry.
Here, on shows that something is applied to or affects something else.
Excellent, Kamakshi. For example, a tax on goods means the tax is applied to the goods, and a ban on plastic means the rule affects plastic. Now, let's move to the final abstract use of on. Before we finish, let me give you a small hint about another important use of on. There are many fixed expressions with on. As you can see on your screen, each expression has its own meaning and purpose, so you must learn them as complete phrases. On time means at the correct or scheduled time. For example, the train arrived on time. The next one is on foot, which means walking. She goes to school on foot.
Okay, I understand now. Let me give some more examples. On the way means during the journey or coming soon. I am on the way home. On sale means available at a reduced price. These shoes are on sale.
Very good, children. Listen carefully. These expressions do not follow the surface rule. They are fixed phrases, so you cannot change the preposition. Do not translate them word by word. Learn and remember them as complete expressions. We will study many more in a separate lesson, so make sure you watch the next video in this series. Before we end part 2, let's quickly revise what we have learned today. We use on in many different abstract situations, as you can see on the screen. All of these are abstract uses of on. That means you cannot touch them physically. They describe time, ideas, situations, or relationships instead of real surfaces. So remember, when on is not showing a physical surface, it is often showing an abstract meaning. Now you have completed both parts. Part 1, physical uses. Part 2, abstract uses. If you truly understand both parts, your confusion about on will almost disappear. Very important. Do not just watch. Practice. Make your own sentences. Write 5 sentences using different uses of on. If you found this lesson helpful, like the video and subscribe to the channel. In the next lesson, we will continue with another important preposition. Keep learning, keep improving. Thank you.